The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that the upcoming episodes of the series are building to a breathtaking plot, filled with drama and seemingly irreconcilable moral choices. Each piece of the story is woven with intense emotions, internal conflicts, and fateful decisions of each character. Below is a detailed, expansive, and emotional analysis of each key plot that will lead the audience on a journey full of surprises and tension. Torn between the Hippocratic Oath and the marriage vow, Dr. Finn is at the crossroads of an ethical dilemma and emotional responsibility. In his role as a doctor with boundless compassion, Finn has sworn to uphold the Hippocratic Oath, a promise to keep all patient-related information confidential and always put the health and lives of his patients first. However, his role in his marriage to Steffi requires absolute transparency and honesty. Every moment Finn has to interact with Steffi is a constant internal battle. In his mind, the image of Liam, a powerful figure in Steffi's past, always appears as a cruel reminder of the truth that Finn dares not reveal. When Steffi calls Liam's name or mentions Kelly, Finn's heart freezes in a moment of uncertainty, afraid that a careless word could destroy the sacred bonds built from happy days together. Conflict between profession and love. Finn is not only a doctor, but also a life partner who honors his promise to Steffi. The lingering insecurity of keeping Liam's critical condition a secret creates a world of dark thoughts. He struggles with the decision between adhering to strict professional rules and protecting the happiness of his family. It is this conflict that has nurtured an internal storm in Finn's heart that can lead to unforeseen consequences for both sides. If this secret continues to be hidden, it will not only threaten Finn's relationship with Steffi, but also cause the collapse of the whole family. Finn is forced to bear the burden of difficult decisions. Any of his actions can cause mental illness and tragic consequences to spread throughout the family, shaking the belief in the happy family he once belonged to. The secret affects the future of Steffi's daughter, Kelly. Information about Liam's condition is not simply medical information, but it is also a piece of the puzzle that decides the future of Kelly, Steffi, and Liam's beloved daughter. This truth is hidden in Finn's heart as an emotional threat, and every admission or concealment can be an arrow leading to tragedy. Deep psychological impact. For Steffi, every appearance of Liam or mention of Kelly's name makes her face painful memories. If the truth about Liam's disadvantage is revealed, Steffi will feel even more shocked and betrayed. This will not only affect Steffi's relationship with Finn, but also cause her to lose confidence in herself and her daughter's future. Finn is wondering whether he should keep it a secret to protect Steffi's feelings or bravely tell her everything to help her prepare for the future. His decision is not only a doctor's decision, but also a husband's fateful choice. The imbalance between love and career is threatening the happiness of the family, and just one wrong step can cause everything to fall apart. An uncompromising encounter in the world of the bold and the beautiful. Nothing is quiet when two powerful figures like Brooke and Taylor Hayes come face to face. Past grudges, lingering scars, and each other's pride prepare for a fiery, uncompromising confrontation. Brooke, with her complicated past and deep pain, has repeatedly felt slighted by Taylor. Taylor's presence in places Brooke felt were once her own turf has rekindled old feelings. Every criticism, every small action, is like a sharp knife, adding to Brooke's deeply buried hatred. Not accepting the intrusion, Brooke does not hesitate to use her own strategy. She is inspired by a famous doctor's book, with dangerous advice, to strike back and bring Taylor down to a lower level. This is not just a verbal attack, but also a sign that Brooke is willing to do everything to reclaim her position in the complex world of power and love. This confrontation promises to not stop at the personal level, but spread to other relationships, causing a new wave of conflict within the family and the television corporation. This tension can cause some other characters to fall into an internal war between loyalty and personal feelings, opening up many unexpected plots in the following episodes. When words become weapons, not only Taylor, Brooke's feud is also fueled by the actions of Daphne, who not only wants to seduce Carter but also dares to publicly badmouth Hope, someone Brooke always respects and protects. Daphne, with her charming but scheming style, does not hesitate to take advantage of the opportunity to convince Carter to leave Hope. Her vicious words and mischievous actions against a character Brooke has always respected open up a new scenario where relationships are torn apart by betrayal. Brooke's storm of reaction. When she overhears Daphne's vitriolic words directed at Hope, Brooke can't keep her cool. Her anger explodes like an uncontrollable flood, threatening to engulf Carter, who is in the middle of the complicated relationship between the characters. The confrontation is not just a battle of emotions, but also a battle of loyalty and honor, as Brooke's every action is shaped by her determination to protect what she holds most sacred. Impact on the Forrester Creations community. Daphne's actions and Brooke's violent reaction will have far-reaching repercussions within the Forrester Creations Corporation, making work and personal relationships more complicated than ever. Carter, as the man in the middle of the conflict, begins to feel the pressure as his choices are drawn into a storm of conflicting emotions and loyalties. The emergence of conflict between Sheila and Poppy at Il Giardino. In the context of a tense meeting at Il Giardino, Poppy and Sheila do not allow each other any peaceful moments. Sheila's wounded heart and old wounds make it impossible for her to bear Poppy's rude actions. The conflict erupts from the cake slap action. After being publicly slapped by Poppy, Sheila does not hesitate to respond in a way that she considers fair. Inspired by the upcoming dessert tray, Sheila uses a cake as a symbolic weapon, hitting Poppy straight in the face. This action is not only a sign of anger, but also a warning that Sheila will never be subdued or treated with disrespect. Expression of the past and the promise of revenge. Sheila's past is full of unhealed wounds, and this simple cake seems to be just the beginning of a series of revenge actions that could be even more powerful and brutal in the future. Poppy may feel stunned by this reaction, but she clearly knows that facing Sheila is a battle that no one can easily win. The events at Il Giardino are predicted to lead to many troubles not only in personal relationships, but also in the way the surrounding characters perceive and behave. The feeling of injustice and resentment can spread, making the atmosphere of the entire scene suffocating and full of tension. Ivy gives Electra optimistic advice and predictions about her future, while conflicts and strife are brewing on one side of the city, another side is shining with the rays of hope of love and destiny. Ivy, who has always stood out for her sharp intuition and kind soul, is taking the time to encourage and give sincere advice to Electra. Ivy's support. Ivy is not only a confidant, but also a trusted advisor, always encouraging Electra to believe in her ability to overcome all difficulties. She predicts a bright future for Electra and Will, who can overcome difficulties together and build a lasting relationship. Electra and Will's future. Although dreams are sometimes obscured by personal conflicts and external troubles, Ivy's encouragement is always a guiding light for Electra. Ivy's optimism and fighting spirit fuel the belief that, despite the challenging road ahead, Electra will find the light of happiness with Will. Uncompromising conflict. Unlike the romantic and positive atmosphere that some characters are experiencing, Will is facing a difficult situation when he has to reject Luna, who stands out for her bold and seductive actions. By taking off her underwear right in front of Will, Luna not only shows her confidence, but also tests the limits of trust and loyalty in the relationship. This action, although provocative, further exposes the contradiction when Will appears cold and blunt in his rejection. Will, with his steadfast attitude and clear personal boundaries, does not let any tricks sway his feelings. He strongly shows that the passion has died down, and he does not want to return to the past or get caught up in uncertain relationships. This makes Luna even more impulsive and affirms that she will never give up on her desire no matter how determined Will is. Prolonged conflict and potential consequences. Will's refusal can open a chain of violent reactions from Luna. We can see a long confrontation when Luna will not give up any opportunity to win Will's heart. At the same time, the struggle between hope and reality will increase the tension in the story, making the relationship between Will and those around him more complicated than ever. Luna's new strategy and developments in the love triangle of Will, Electra, and Luna recently. All eyes were on Luna when she announced her plan to change her strategy to approach Will in a more subtle way. No longer using direct tricks, Luna began to stick to every detail, every small moment, hoping to create an opportunity that leads to a change of emotions on Will's part. Instead of making a strong impression with her brutal actions, Luna begins to exploit the dark corners of Will's psychology. She chooses a more subtle approach, thereby creating situations where Will is forced to confront the true nature of his emotions. This is not only a romantic strategy, but also a way for Luna to read and understand Will's complex inner self. The future of the love triangle. The relationship between Will, Electra, and Luna is gradually becoming a puzzle with considerations not only about emotions, but also about loyalty and self-esteem. Will, who has shown indifference to the tricks of seduction, is now under pressure from two sides with completely opposite approaches. Electra, with positive advice from Ivy, will continue to fight for a solid place in Will's heart, while Luna will continue to make every effort to reaffirm her own character. Fans can expect a series of dramatic confrontations, with fateful decisions about to be made in the future. Every action, every decision of Luna could be the cause of major shocks, reshaping the landscape of the three-way relationship. Will be forced to make a choice, and any decision could put the entire relationship between the three in a precarious and challenging state. The upcoming episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful promise to bring an emotional storm with family drama, complex internal conflicts, and unexpected love strategies. Finn, with a heavy heart due to the conflict between his professional vows and his promise to his wife, is gradually falling into a difficult situation when the secret of Liam's condition threatens to tear apart the sacred relationships. Meanwhile, Brooke and Taylor Hayes' feud and Brooke and Daphne's battle of wits push the story into a dramatic storm where loyalty and honor are constantly tested. Furthermore, the conflict at Il Giardino between Sheila and Poppy opens a new chapter full of risks and surprises, showing that no one in the world of B&B can escape the price of revenge. Conversely, the glimmer of hope for love is still there through Ivy's affectionate advice to Electra, but at the same time, Will's determination to reject Luna also promises an inevitable confrontation. All of these disparate episodes gradually create a panoramic picture of a universe full of conflicts, passions, and fateful decisions. Each character, with their own strengths and weaknesses, is on a journey to find truth and happiness, even if the road ahead is full of thorns and unforeseen consequences. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful to see if the characters can overcome their own challenges and if each decision can reshape their fate, creating a culminating story of love, loyalty, and justice.